Alright, welcome to my channel. So let's continue our journey of Godot. So as promised, we're going to do something pretty exciting. Okay, we're going to write some code. So right now we already got our scene ready. We got multiple, like game scene. We got this goat eagle scene. We got this small maneki cats. They're trying to catch that goat. So paradise catch. Okay, this is a funny name. So right now, if you click play, okay, and it won't do anything, okay, just a simple scene with all this like a printed out. But let's do something about it. So for example, I want this cat to move. Okay, so this cat is by the way, it's a player. Okay, player scene. You can use the W to actually move it. I'm going to move it to the left and move it to the upright a tiny little bit so you guys can see that clearly. Okay, so basically I'm going to move this thing. So by the way, how to actually move this thing? You can attach a script to this object so we can control this object. So how to do that? Pretty simple. You're going to find that specific. So for example, we got this player here. Okay, so basically it's the player right here. So let me quickly give you a brief tour of where to add. Most of the time, I think 99% of the time, you're going to add that to the root node. So right now the root node is game. But if you attach a script to the game, you are going to control everything inside the game, which is the thing that you don't want. So let's go back. We want to control the player, right? So we should go to the player here. Right, go to the player here, and then we're going to attach that to the player. Of course, you can do that separately. For example, you can attach it as a sprite 2D if you want the sprite to move, but the collision don't move. You can do that. But here is the rule: you can only attach one script per object. So you're treating this sprite 2D collision, all that, as an object. I think it's much more easy for you to understand rather than using like thing, node, all that. Is pretty strange name, but you can sort of treat this as like uniformly treat everything as an object. Okay, so it's just object-oriented programming. Like this that's deeply rooted in my mind because I'm a programmer. I write lots of programming, different programming language. But as long as I learn this kind of like it struck me. Oh, I understand it. Everything's object. So basically, every object can attach one script. So what I'm going to do is attach the root script because once you attach that, everything inside we can control it. Okay. So here, right now, if you hover over it, you can see attach a new or existing script to select a node. Of course, you can embed a script to a specific object. Of course, you can do that. But I strongly recommend that you don't do it because you're going to modify that or play around in the future. So it's preferably to let it loosely attached. So you do it this way. Select it, click it here, and then you can create it. So basically, the language is GD script. I believe it's the language that's supported. It's pretty like Python or JavaScript if you are familiar with the scripting language. So basically, it's a script language that you can write its basic logic. But if you are familiar with C#, you can also use C#. I think it's mono version, but it's maybe no longer supported in the future. So I strongly recommend just to learn GD script. If you already have a previous programming experience, it's a pretty easy one, just like Python, straightforward. And inherit, right? It's an inherit array 2D, and basically everything you can inherit, just a bunch of code that you don't need to write, and it can automatically execute and be called. So it's called inherit because it's kind of the children of array 2D. Okay, I'm not going to spend too much time on this concept because it's kind of you don't need all that to code, but you will get to it because all this is a really beautiful layout, like inherit nodes and canvas and node 2D, all that. Okay, let's continue. Right. So right now I can choose node default or object empty. Okay, and we got this path of res means resources and scenes and player dot gd. So right now I think default will suffice. Of course, you can like got a lot of template, just boilerplate code. I don't need to worry about that. You can write it from scratch. Of course, if you want to select the object, there's nothing to stop you from there. But if you don't want all this added templates, you want to start from scratch, I strongly recommend. I think most of the time, 99% of the time, I'm creating script or just use the default node. Okay, the player, that's good because this is already a player, so you can automatically get a player.gd. So Godot scripts file. I think that's pretty good. So name is valid, right? Yeah. Here's another thing in Godot. There's a constantly validation process. So if you think everything is green, that's okay. We got from something red, you have to solve it, or red or yellow. This goes in a lot of development software. So for example, if you're debugging and you look at console and all that, yeah. So yeah, template default base template for Node and default Godot cycle method. Yeah. So I'm gonna create it, and as you guys can see, we automatically got this in-app script editing IDE sort of thing. So if you look at here, we can't no longer see what's inside the game, but rather you can only see it's in script. That's because right now, if you got click 2D, you can still see it, right? 3D, of course, you can't because it's not a 3D game, but 2D and click script, really simple. And this is the boilerplate code that we just mentioned. If you look at here, if you get too nerdy about this, sorry, I'm going to move my head a little bit somewhere, not obstruct the screen. Maybe here. Okay, if you want to get nerdy about this, so basically it's extend array 2D because it's its children just inherit the array 2D, and I want extend the functionality, and that extension of the functionality is thing that I'm going to write. Okay, so we can say we got it ready. So yeah, sorry, you get ready. You can see this comment here. So called when the node enters the scene tree. This is scene tree for the first time. So it's if you got initialized, you're going to call this. You can for example, you can sort of say print something out, and you can say, hey, already successfully enter the thing or something like that. But here comes the very important part. So this thing happened in a lot of game engines. So if you have a previous experience in Unity, this is like every frame update. Okay. Or also, if you look here, process called every frame. Delta is the elapsed time since the previous frame. So you can use delta as the time elapses since the previous frame. So every delta, you will do something. And this script is attached to the player. So every frame passed, you're going to, move the player a little bit. Okay? Or you're going to rotate the player a little bit. You're going to check whether it will enter somewhere a little bit. So basically, you're going to execute that every frame. Okay? So let's try a really basic but really quick way to do it. So right now, we got an x-axis and y-axis. And right now, this cat, I wanted to move to the right a little bit. Okay? So what I'm going to do is to write a little bit of code. Okay? So if you don't know how to write code, that's completely okay. I will explain it along the way, but I don't want to, because I look at data of my previous it got too deep into development of the code. You guys don't love it. You guys want the pure. I don't want the pure coding and syntax and all that. You want dive directly into the game of depth. So that's the reason I changed the format. Okay. If you got anything got any suggestion, please leave in the comment. Okay. I'm read every comment and reply everything, and I constantly updating the format. So what I'm going to do is get the position of our player. You can say something like this. This is like a camel casing. So you can say player position underscore, or you can capitalize the P here. So player position. Okay. So once you have done that, and then you can say player positions. Let me just use position. Okay. Okay, position, and position dot, okay, and we can say x-axis is moving, so we can get hold of the x-axis, and that will be our position dot x-axis, and I'm going to update that, but that update is sort of associated with the delta, with the time elapsed. So what I'm going to do is to add say, let me move that slowly. So 10.0 multiply that by the time passed. Okay, so delta. Yeah, good. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Let's test it out. Okay, so yeah, let's save this. And of course, if you look at here, you already got a script attached to it. Go back to game. This player already got a script attached to it. So let's try things out by hit play, and we'll automatically script. And here we are. This little cat, maneki neko. Neko means cat. Okay, this is Japanese. So maneki means that like hair or something to here. Is slowly moving to the right. Okay, I love this. So currently it's working. And why is it working? If you look at here, look at the code. So basically positions, X position will be position X and plus 10 means the speed multiplied by delta, and delta means the frame. Okay, so it's moving slowly. Of course, you can make that. Let me make that crazy. 100. Okay, 100. Let's try this. Okay, it's moving quickly now. I love this. What about Y? Okay, so let's try this. What about Y and equals to Y? Okay, so it should go. Yeah, okay, it's going down. That's because, okay, I'm going to demonstrate this. That's because the X positions go this way, okay, but Y is not go up, but rather it's going down. So it's like this is like the 0, 0 here. Okay, X go this way and Y go this way. Okay, so this is a pretty typical thing. Just to flip the coordinate in whatever thing that you want to develop. Okay, so of course you can do that. Let me change the code a little bit. Right now it's adding this. Okay, but you can make the script a little bit simpler. It's like a Python or a lot of programming language. Because this is I don't know whether you guys see the demonstration here, because you may just see me doing things. Okay. So it's going down. Yeah. I'm not sure you guys can see me or not, because I think I accidentally changed the order settings. Okay. Let me quickly demonstrate that again. Okay, x-axis. Hopefully you guys can see this time. Okay, so yeah, of course you can make it even simpler, because this thing equals to this thing and this thing. Okay, so this thing is a kind of redundant. We can just get rid of this and make it plus and equal to. Okay, so this way you can achieve the exact same thing, but it can just make your code a little bit shorter. And yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so quick practice. Do please pause my video and use this and practice this by changing the code and just add a script at the goat. Okay, just think about this. The goat should come from the sky. Okay, so basically the goat should go from the sky, going down, going down, going down. Okay, pause the video and then do it. Please do it yourself, and then you can check your way of solving this and my way of solving this. Okay, did you do that? Okay, please do that. Please, if you want to improve, you want to do have a sense of achievement, something like that, you have to do it yourself. It's a completely different feeling. Trust me. Okay, so let's do this. So the goat, here comes the interesting part. Our player, we got a script. Goat, we don't have a script, so we have to click it. Right, everything leave it to default. Okay, then create, and then here we just need this part of the code. Okay, go to here, go to go. Instead of pass, I'm going to change that to Y position. I'm going down. Plus means going down, minus means going up. Okay, so let's try this. Okay, if you like here, okay, pretty interesting, right? So let's do that again. This time I'm going to zoom it in a little bit. Okay, so the goat gets going down and cat is going right. Okay, I'm going to move the cat to somewhere like down below. but the gold ingot can falling from sky. Okay, I love this. I love this. Okay, I'll just save you guys a little bit of time by duplicate all this. So basically, just to click this and Command C and Command V. Okay, really simple. And I'm going to change the position of the player to somewhere lower. Okay, and okay, let me just demonstrate how to do it. Command C, Command V. Okay, and don't put it inside, but rather put it outside. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 ingots, and let me move this 5 to somewhere here, maybe above. Okay, so let's try this. Okay, let's try this. Okay, click play, and finger crossed. Let's look at the results. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. So yeah, I got the cat. Oh, I got it. I like out of bounds. Doesn't really matter. Okay, I modified the position. So yeah, it's just sort of really tiny line here. Sometimes I like it. Omit this thing, sorry, because my screen, like the display, is got really dark because I like facing computer all day. Sorry about that. So let's run that again and see the result. Oh, I love this. Yeah, I love this. So yeah, we got the basic animation working, and I love this. I love this. So yeah, we achieve a lot in this video. So we know how to attach the script to the node or object. I prefer to call it object. Okay, so just to forgive me if I like to use that interchangeably. I prefer to treat this as object or as instance. So first we learn how to attach a script to that instance and use that script to control the position. Okay, X position, Y position. Second, we know that X goes to here, right goes down. Okay, and we know how to copy paste, get a multiple instance in a scene and move that to different places and run that. Okay, but there's no interaction right now. Okay, you don't want that. You at least need some interaction from the user. And you want to control things, you want to interact with the object inside of the screen. So next video we're going to learn about control. Okay, thanks for your time, and don't forget to give me a thumb up, subscribe to my channel. If you've got any suggestions, please leave in the comment. Okay, thanks, bye.